it's time for the Detroit Lions to head to Chicago to face a Bears squad that really just continues to struggle. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Detroit in this one. I just feel like, Chicago's just having a tough time stopping people right now, especially in that secondary. And if you look at Matthew Stafford and that receiving core, they put up big numbers week in and week out. Galladay has really been improving his game and showing he's a go-to receiver for Matthew Stafford. So I'm going with the Lions in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Lions. The Bears are not getting it done right now. So when you look at the Bears right now, they don't have the quarterback play. Offensively, they're not producing. So the defense is just getting tired. They're worn out. In the beginning of the season, the Bears defense, they were one of the best. And now you see, I think, they're just getting tired and worn out as the season's going on. They've been on the field a long time. So I got to go with the Lions. Matt Stafford, he's been lights out.
It's just been a lopsided affair for Chicago, and you can see Mitchell Trubisky, who's becoming a little bit frazzled as these weeks wear on. The Baltimore Ravens fresh off a big win over the New England Patriots. Up next, probably an easier matchup, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens in this one. I just think they're carrying the momentum from a huge win against the New England Patriots. And Lamar Jackson is going to take that momentum and just build upon that week in and week out. And the Bengals are just trending in the wrong direction right now. They were expecting to get A.J. Green, experienced some soreness in the ankle, will not play this week. But I think the Ravens pull this one out and get a win.
Yeah, I have to go with the Ravens. We saw last week against New England how great that team is. And, again, I just think the Cincinnati front is not playing well. Defense isn't playing well. They benched their all-time quarterback that they had for a long time. He's not playing. So injuries, look, it's just not going well in Cincinnati. So you have to go with the Ravens. They're playing really well, and we learned a lot last week. They're a good football team.
Lamar Jackson missed one day of practice this week due to illness. The expectation, though, is that he'll be fine. Hey, listen, they fly under the radar just a bit, but the Buffalo Bills are stringing together a pretty good season, 6-2, and now they get ready for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills in this one. I just think that defense is just going to be the game changer for this week. They're ranked third in the NFL in team defense. I just think they're going to be able to stop Baker Mayfield in that offense. I know they get Kareem Hunt back this week, but I think it's just not going to be enough to overcome what the Buffalo Bills are going to do to them defensively.
Vic, I 100% agree with you. Buffalo right now playing really well. The Browns trying to find their identity. Baker Mayfield not playing great. So I just think it's going to be a tough matchup for Cleveland. That defense is playing really well, so Buffalo all day.
Tell you what, a loss for Cleveland, though, puts them in tough territory. It has not been the season they expected. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs have the Tennessee Titans, and I tell you what, they'd prefer to have Patrick Mahomes, but they've gone 2-0 without him, so far so good for Andy Reid's squad.
Yeah, I don't care if it's Matt Moore, Pat Mahomes, whoever's at the quarterback, just get the ball to those playmakers, and Kansas City will win the game. I got Kansas City playing in this one. I just think they have to do exactly that. Get the ball out, get it to those playmakers, put it in their hands, let them make big play after big play, which is what we're accustomed to seeing the Kansas City Chiefs do, and I think they come away with the victory in this one.
Look, I've been a Matt Moore believer since day one. I played against him. I think he's going to get the job done if he's playing. If not, we know Pat's going to get the job done too. So I got to go with KC. Tennessee right now struggling a little bit, but I know Mike Vrabel is going to get that team to fight, and it's not going to be an easy game for Kansas City. I know that. Tennessee is going to play hard, so I have to go with Kansas City right now. It's hard to go against that team with all those playmakers.
Patrick Mahomes has been practicing, probably doing a little more every day, but expected to be a weekend decision. The Atlanta Falcons head to New Orleans to face a Saints team that should be rested coming off the bye.
Yeah, they should be well rested, which means more rest for Drew Brees to heal up that thumb and heal up that hand and go out there and continue to be dominant the only way he knows how. So I got the New Orleans Saints winning this game. The Atlanta Falcons are just having a tough season. Injuries up and down their roster. They're just trying to figure things out right now. So I got the New Orleans Saints winning this one in a big way.
Look, there's one team going like this, and then there's another one going like this. So I have to go with New Orleans. In New Orleans, after the bye, they're going to be rested and ready to go. You can't go against New Orleans right now, and the Falcons struggling in all phases.
Now, listen, they have Drew Brees. They lose Drew Brees. They win them all, and he comes back. It looks good for the New Orleans Saints. Well, the New York Giants and the New York Jets will square off. I'll leave the punchlines to the pundits, okay? That's the matchup. You pick it.
I'm going with the Giants in this one. Obviously, both teams are having tough years, but I think the Giants have enough talent to pull this game through. I know the Jets are going through some ups and downs, having some setbacks with their quarterback early on and just trying to figure out who they are as the season progresses. I think the Giants are kind of a team that are more whole and kind of more together, even though their record doesn't say much. But I think the Giants get it done this week.
I'm going to go with you as well. I think the Giants will get the job done. The Jets right now, what are they? Nobody knows. Bell having a little injury, had an MRI. We don't know what he's going to be like. So, again, I just think you have to go with the Giants. The Jets are not a good football team right now.
No, it started off tough and just got tougher for the New York Jets. The Arizona Cardinals head east to Tampa Bay. David Johnson, by the way, hasn't played since October. He is expected to play over the weekend.
Yeah, that's going to be huge for Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. I'm picking them to win the game. Look, I think that offense and a lot of the misdirection that they do, that's what kept them in the game against the 49ers, is all of that misdirection. It's hard to get a beat on what they do offensively. So I'm going with Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals pull off a big win this week.
I'm going with that air raid offense. I got to go with the Arizona Cardinals. I think last week, Thursday night game, I was pleasantly surprised at how they were able to stay in that football game. It was closer than I anticipated, so I'm going with Arizona.
You're starting to really see that partnership between the quarterback and the coach. They got a ways to go, but it's on the right road.
Yep.
They are winless no more. Can the Dolphins string together back-to-back wins? They head to Indianapolis.
Well, we'll see, but I don't think it's going to be this week. I think the Indianapolis Colts take this game. I think Jacoby Brissett, after losing a heartbreaker the week before, I think he gets back on track. And what better team to kind of get back on track with than the Miami Dolphins, because they're just trending in the wrong direction. I know they got a win last week against the Jets, but I think Jacoby Brissett comes out ready, and T.Y. Hilton and that receiving core will be ready to go. So I got the Colts in this one.
Yeah, I'm going with the Colts as well. Last week, Brissett having a little bit of injury, sometimes that can take the air out of your sails as a team when your quarterback goes down. So I think this week they bounce back from a tough loss. And Miami, yeah, they're playing tough. They're playing decent football last week, beating the Jets. But it's just going to be a tall task going against the Colts. They have a gread defensive front.
There was a collective scare with Jacoby Brissett, but it could have been much worse, and it looks like he'll be back. The Carolina Panthers head to Lambeau to face a Packers team who looked tough last week, losing to the Chargers with limited offense. But that's the exception. That's not what we've seen from that group so far.
Yeah, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers in this one. Look, when you got Aaron Rodgers at the helm and you have him leading that football team, especially on the offensive side of the ball, he's not going to want to lose 2 games in a row. He's saw this game as kind of a humbling for his team to kind of recharge and retool and kind of get off the schneid and get back out there and play some good football. So I think Aaron Rodgers isn't going to lose 2 in a row, and he's going to get that team a much-needed victory and continue on his path to success.
Yeah, I'm going with Green Bay. I think the cold weather is probably going to affect Carolina a little bit. And then you look at the Green Bay Packers. Look, they're held to 45 yards rushing against the Chargers. That's not the type of offense they want to run. They want to run the football, set up the play-action pass, let Aaron Rodgers drop back and throw those bombs. And I think they're going to get back to doing that. So I'm taking Green Bay. I think they win in a big way.
Expected to be about 30 degrees at Lambeau Field over the weekend. Ooh, no snow, though.
Chilly.
So
I'm already cold.
There's the good news.
You offensive guys.
The Los Angeles Rams head to the Steel City to face a Pittsburgh team who, it's not been phenomenal, but they sort of steadied the ship here as of late.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams in this one. I just love the continuity and the relationship between Jared Goff and Cooper Kupp. I think those guys just understand each other. He's really found a receiver that he can count on, that he can depend on to make big play after big play. And not to mention the Rams defense that love to get after the quarterback. Aaron Donald's going to love to kind of pin his ears back and get after Mason and see where this team goes. So I'm going with the Rams to win this one in a big way.
I'm going the other way, Vic. I think those terrible towels are going to be going nuts in that stadium. It's a tough trip to go across the country and play a road game. And I just think that Pittsburgh right now, they might have been finding themselves early in the season, and last week a big win against the Colts. I think that's going to boost them a lot, and they're going to come out and they're going to have a lot of energy. And I think they win this game. It's going to be a close one, but I think they're going to get after Jared Goff and make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
If they do, that's really the best way to go about this if you're that Steelers defense. The Minnesota Vikings will face the Dallas Cowboys in a pivotal matchup for both of these teams, and I'll tell you why. They sit right around 500, and a loss makes it very difficult to see the postseason at this point.
Yeah, I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings in this one. I think the name of the game is going to be Dalvin Cook against those Cowboy linebackers. Are they going to be able to contain him? He's been really good coming out of the backfield, really good between the tackles. Are they going to be able to keep him bottled up and make Cousins throw the football down the field, which is what they want to do? But if Dalvin Cook goes off, that's going to be the name of the game, so I'm going with the Vikings.
I'm going with the Cowboys, and I'm going to tell you what the name of this game is going to be.
Okay.
Their offensive line is healthy, and they're going to be able to set the tone up front. When you have an offensive line that can move bodies and move people out of the way, and you have Zeke running the football, that's the recipe for success. So I think if they can do that, Dallas is going to win by a touchdown. I think they'll win by 7.
Battle of the running backs.
Such a great Sunday night matchup, and it matters.
Yes, it does.
If you want to talk about a marquee Monday night matchup, they don't get much better than this one. Russell Wilson playing lights out, and up next a team that hasn't lost a game, the only team that hasn't lost a game. Who you got?
Well, first and foremost, this is going to be an amazing game to watch. I think both teams are going to be phenomenal, so make sure you have your TV set for that. But I'm going with the 49ers. I think defensively, they're going to be up in Russell Wilson's face every single down. It's going to make it really hard for him to be comfortable back there. I think he's going to pick his spots and get the ball downfield and make his plays, but I think overall the 49ers are going to be in his face so much, and that's going to be the deciding factor of the game. So I got the Niners.
I'm going.
I see it in your face, Rob.
I'm
I see it in your face.
I'm going with Seattle. Look, you can't go against Russell Wilson right now. He's playing out of this world. And when you have a quarterback that can get out of situations with smarts and understand, look, I'm going to check into something else, it's hard to beat Russell Wilson with just the front. I mean, yes, they do have a defense. They are playing great, the 49ers defense. But the Seahawks have a running game, they have a good offensive line, they have a passing game, and they can be very explosive. So I just have to go with Seattle. I think it's going to run out. The 49ers' luck's going to run out in this game, and they're going to get their first loss of the season.
Well, no matter what happens, this may very well be a preview of things to come, the way both of these teams are playing.
Very true.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.